Today, we're going to dive into a pretty wild new development from an AI lab called Z.ai. They've just dropped a new model, GLM-4.5, and along with it, a tool that, well, it basically acts like an entire AI software developer. So let's just start with this idea. What if you could just describe an application you want, and an AI builds it? I don't mean it just writes a few lines of code. I mean the whole thing, front end, back end, database, everything. From scratch. That's the promise we're looking at today. And the answer to that question? Well, it's coming from Z.ai. They've built this new tool they're calling Full Stack, and it's designed to be exactly what it sounds like, a single AI agent that can handle pretty much every part of the development process, from your initial idea all the way to a finished working app. Okay, so let's walk through how this works, because the simplicity is what's so mind-blowing. First, you just write a simple prompt. Something like, hey, build me a 3D car driving game. Instantly, the AI spins up its own secure little virtual playground to work in. Then it just goes. It starts writing code, testing it, finding bugs and fixing them, all by itself. And when it's done, you get a live preview of the app, and you can just download all the source code. You know, the best way to wrap your head around this is to think of it like a ChatGPT agent, but one that's been given a very specific mission. It's not here to browse the web or chat about history. It has one job and one job only: create software. It is absolutely laser-focused on that single, really complex task. And its skill set is, honestly, it's just wild. It's not just writing files. It can actually run commands in a terminal. It can install whatever software packages it decides it needs. It even makes its own to-do list to plan out its work. And get this, after each step, it actually pauses to think and reevaluate its plan before moving on. Then, when it's all finished, you can grab the whole thing as a zip file or even push it live to a URL right then and there. So what's the engine under the hood here? What's powering this incredible AI developer? Well, the tool is built on Z.ai's brand new flagship model, GLM-4.5. And the way it's designed is really the key to all of this. So at its heart, GLM.4.5 uses something called a Mixture of Experts architecture, or MOE for short. Now, instead of having one single gigantic brain trying to do everything, an MOE model is more like a team of specialists. You've got lots of smaller expert networks, and when you give it a problem, it's smart enough to route that problem to only the experts that are actually relevant. This makes the whole thing way, way more efficient to run. But here's the thing. Not all MOE models are built the same. While some labs have been focused on making their models wider, with more and more experts sitting side by side, Z.ai went in a different direction. They decided to go deeper by increasing the number of layers in the network. Their bet is that this depth, this vertical structure, is what really unlocks better reasoning skills in the AI. So here are the quick specs on the model itself. First, and this is a huge deal, it's open source with a really friendly license. That's big for developers. It has a staggering 355 billion total parameters, but because of that smart MOE design, it only uses about 32 billion at any given moment. It's got a nice big 128K token context window, and as we've seen, its standout feature is its ability to act like an agent to tackle these big, complex tasks. Now, technology this advanced doesn't just appear out of thin air, right? So who's the company actually making all these waves? This is the work of Z.ai, which used to be known as Zippu AI. They have very quickly become one of the biggest names in China's AI scene. And if you want to understand just how serious they are, you really only need to look at one thing: the funding. Z.ai has pulled in over $1.5 billion. And their investors? We're talking heavyweights like Alibaba and Tencent. That puts them in the top league of AI startups anywhere in the world. It's also really important to understand the bigger context here. Z.ai is operating in let's call it a complex global environment. It's currently on the U.S. entity list, which basically restricts American companies from doing business with them. And that's a factor that definitely shapes their strategy on the world stage. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Z.ai isn't just trying to win on technology alone. They're making a massive push on a completely different front: price. Their whole strategy seems built to make top-of-the-line AI power radically more affordable for everyone. And this quote really just nails it. By being so aggressive on cost, they're trying to become not just another powerful option, but a much, much more accessible one. And here are the numbers that show you exactly what that looks like. You can see, compared to a key competitor, their input cost is a little cheaper, sure, but look at the output cost. That's where you see the strategy in action. We're talking 28 cents per million tokens versus over $2. That is a gigantic difference. And on top of that, their model's more efficient. It's designed to run on half the specialized hardware. So when you put all of this together, the open source model, this powerful coding agent, the super low cost, you start to realize this is about way more than just one company. This is a sign of how the entire global AI race is changing. And look, don't make the mistake of thinking that low cost means low quality. Because according to Z.ai's own internal tests, GLM 4.5 is performing right up there with the best of the best. These benchmarks show it's nipping at the heels of models like OpenAI's GPT-4o and xAI's Grok. It is firmly in that top tier of AI models, period. You see, Z.ai isn't happening in a vacuum. They are part of a much bigger story. We're seeing this massive shift in China's AI scene, from just imitating to truly innovating. Making models open source has become a go-to strategy to get developers around the world on board. And the competition there is fierce, with giants like Alibaba and Tencent also dropping incredibly powerful models that are built to run efficiently on the hardware they have access to. And all of this leads us to our final question. With these incredibly powerful yet shockingly low-cost models popping up from labs all over the world, you have to wonder, is the AI race finally moving out of an era where only a few held the keys and into a brand new age of accessibility and a truly global explosion of innovation? It's a fascinating thought to end on.